Self.
Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Hello, and welcome, everyone. Welcome, McMillin Realty clients. My name is Ryan Rockwood with Virtual Results, and let me just say that I speak for all the Virtual Results when I say we are so excited to be engaged in this joint project together. As you know, McMillin Realty and Virtual Results have a long history now of successfully working together, building our online marketing results, websites, leads, traffic for the company itself. So when it became time to get sites for the agents, this sort of project just kind of happened organically. Anyway, long story short, what we have there is a brand new WordPress website. You guys are among the first in the country to ever get it, and it is among the most advanced sites we've ever built at any cost. Literally tens of thousands of dollars, probably more, have gone into the development of this site. It's been about 4 months in the making, and it's a really, we call it eSponsive, and the name is eSponsive just because what the website attempts to do, and does pretty well, is attempts to respond to the viewer's device that they're viewing it on. Let me give you a quick example. If I'm viewing your site, if I'm Chris Lewis and I'm visiting a site on the iPhone, I'm going to see something closer to this with different navigation. Okay. If I'm on my iPhone, I'm going to see something, my tablet, I'm going to see something like this. If I'm on my desktop, I'm going to see something like this. This is a new generation of marketing, and what that means is that you don't have to have a separate site for mobile anymore. You don't have to have a separate site for tablet, separate site for mobile, separate site for Android, separate site for iPhone. Anyway, it's even getting to the situation where Google has even said that they plan to give sites that are responsive like this an extra boost in the search engines. In other words, being responsive and serving up the best site to the most people is actually going to help you in your rankings. So you're ahead of the curve on that, really. That is probably the most complex area of the website technologically, is responding to all those different devices. Now, in San Diego, it's incredibly important. In some parts of the country, I was looking at some stats the other day. I've got some clients on the Gulf Coast, and literally they've got like 3 to 7% of their visitors are coming from online. That's not the case in San Diego, let me tell you. We look at these stats for McMillin all the time, and I can tell you right now that very, very typical is 35% to 45% of web traffic is coming from mobile. Now that includes Android devices, tablets, iPhones, the Android phone, BlackBerry. McMillin itself actually gets a surprising number of visits from Kindles. Kindle Fire can access the online. So it's just wild. In your market, it's especially important. And I'm telling you this information, partially to brag, but also I'm telling you this information so that you can go into your listing presentations armed with this knowledge. It's really something that separates you from your competition. It's more than an online business card. What you offer, your clients, your listing clients, is a state-of-the-art marketing platform. Okay, feel free to contact us further if you'd like more information on how you might include that in your listing presentation. Now, today's is going to be a short, high-level overview, and I'm going to go over some main features of the site. Okay, just about everything on this site is customizable. However, we know that you're a realtor, you're spending your day talking to buyers and sellers. Getting the base content for a website is incredibly challenging. What we've done is we've taken the time and researched all your information, your phone numbers, your DRE, now they're calling them BRE numbers, your bios, your office addresses, who's on your team, your listing IDs, your MLS listing IDs, communities that we think you might like, and so on. And we put that all on this website. This website's ready to go. Unlike most websites, when it launches, it's like a thing of embarrassment until basically you make it right. No, this thing's ready to show to clients today, and it's ready to get leads for you today. Now, that's not to say that it's done. Of course, this website can really benefit from that expertise and the information that only you can provide, okay? And almost every aspect of this website is customizable. For example, you can adjust the colors of the background. You can adjust the image behind the search box. You can adjust what displays here. You could show, you could show or not communities. You could show or not latest posts. Right now, since we don't have your testimonials, the testimonial section is actually hidden. But let me give you a preview of what that looks like for someone who has some testimonials and has gotten them to us and we've gotten them up for it, right? So how exciting is that? This is really ready for you. And one of the first things I would encourage you to do is go to Zillow, go to Trulia, go to your current website, get all your testimonials, spend a little time getting them online. Because as we know, testimonials are becoming so important. Okay. Obviously, front and center, your search. Okay. Your search is obviously, the most important thing most real estate websites have to offer. Two things. You have to provide a search for your current clients. I don't care if you met them at an open house and they swear to God they'll never go with another agent. You better not have them Googling around for a house. You really got to get them on your site. And it's not good enough to set them up in the MLS. You probably know this. There is a desire in everyone to search online. And it doesn't matter if you're sending them the same properties that they're Googling and finding, they will Google as well. So you might as well give them a destination that they can feel comfortable with, create an account, and come back to. When they visit properties on your site, when they search for properties on your site, you're going to get the leads. Okay, when they do request a showing, you're going to get the leads. When they say, I have a question about this property, you're going to get the leads. When they're forced to register after seeing a certain number of properties, you're going to get those leads. Not McMillin, client care. It's for you. And McMillin has really been tough on us about this. Said, we got to make sure that these go to the agents, and we've done a lot behind the scenes to make sure that happens. This MLS system, the property system that shows the data on your website, it's actually tied into your current sales aspect CRM account. And what's great about that is you don't have another thing to learn. If you never want to go in the back end, your leads will get emailed to you. Deal with them from there, right? If you want to go in the back end, you can update the lead, make notes, that kind of thing. It's just frankly, one less CRM that you have to learn if you haven't, learned it yet. Now, backing up, the key points of the site, of course, the name. Now, in some cases, people will ask us, can I change the name Chris Lewis Team Chris Lewis? Absolutely. You're only limited by space available, And in some cases, if it's a husband and a wife team, for example, you will see that we've already set it up to say, connect with Chris and, say, Jan today. Something like that, right? And so, please don't be offended if we got it slightly wrong. We're just, trying to make it as easy as possible for you. If you have any sort of changes, we'll gladly make those for you, okay? And that's a good opportunity for me to tell you a couple things. Number one, it's really easy to get help with these sites. We've staffed up, and we've made a really big commitment to making sure that McMillin agents are delighted with their sites. Here's how you do it. You send an email to support@virtualresults.net, support@virtualresults.net. What that's going to do is create a ticket in our system, and you'll get a resolution to your problem. The second option, what you can do, you can dial our phone number. Our phone number is 888-997-3785, extension 2. That's 888-997-3785. 3785 extension 2 for support. Okay, those are the two ways to get support on your website. Some people have been sending emails to Kim and Lauren, and then they send them to us to get it done. So just so we're clear, Kim and Lauren are integral in this process, but they wouldn't be the ones. They wouldn't be the fastest way to get something changed on your website is to go through them. Okay, feel free to go right through us, and we'll take care of you as expeditiously as possible. Okay, let's get back to the website right away. But Ryan, I don't work downtown. I don't work Chula Vista. Sorry about that. We just did our best. However, the good news is this is fully customizable. Okay, This can be changed. We will show you how, or we'll set it up for you. This is not the kind of thing you change much, right? Now, there are 5 spots. You can have 5 different areas. You can call it whatever you want. It doesn't have to be the whole city. If you can go into your search here, do a search and narrow it down, and say you know the name of a small niche community or whatever, by all means, send us that narrowed down search. Send us the name that you want it to read, and we'll make it happen. Now, I want to talk to you about something really, really, really exciting, okay, and that is the new mobile apps. Now, this is not to be confused with, a mobile version of the website that typically looks kind of bare bones. This is a mobile app, like on your phone, on your iPhone. You open up your iPhone and you select an email app, or you select a to-do list app, or a game. As of today, I believe, there is an app with your name on it in the iTunes App Store and in the Android Marketplace. That means that, let me click on it for you. The reason that this is so cool is when you get your customers here, maybe you're at an open house and you want to talk, you need a reason to talk to them, right? Get your customers to download and use this app. And one of the neatest features, I think, is this Find the Closest Homes section. Here's how this works, right? The customer pulls up in front of a house, really wants to know information about it, calls you on the phone, you don't answer, they leave a message. The next call they're going to make is to the agent on the sign, okay? Here's an alternative to that. Instead of that agent, they whip out their phone, they hit Find the Closest Home, and it uses the phone's GPS to determine where they're located. And, when all things work, which they usually do, all that property information is going to be pulled up with your contact information, okay? If there's any question, does this home fit into the blah, blah, blah school district? Does this home, is this home square footage accurate? It looks too small. Those questions are going to go to you, okay? This app is for you. And it doesn't matter what property in the MLS they're looking at. You're the person involved on this. You're the contact on this. And that is obviously something we're really excited and proud of. Now, obviously, this particular one is for Chris. Everyone's going to have their own page. You could even take this page as it is right now, print out a PDF, and slide this puppy into your listing presentation. I'll tell you why that's so powerful. Even if no one ever uses your iPhone app, even if you don't have an iPhone, it doesn't matter. What you're telling a person, a homeowner, when you're sitting in front of them across that table, is, what are you going to do that's different from other agents? And, frankly, as technology increases and kind of starts to level the playing field, it can be really challenging to differentiate yourself. Now, being McMillin Realty agents, you already have, quite an advantage in terms of differentiating yourself. However, here's a little trick for your, toolkit or whatever. You slide this puppy out and you say, hey, as part of my marketing, here's what I do. I collect interest and leads. I get my clients on this. I get closer and closer to my clients, and here's how it's going to benefit you, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. We're going to put this QR code on your home flyer. It's going to be in a box outside of your home. Maybe it's going to be on your sign. Maybe it's just on your business card, wherever it is, okay? Then what's going to happen is people are going to come and they're going to see this, they see other properties, they download that app, and boom, they're in my network, and people say, well, that benefits you. A typical reaction you might get is, well, that's great for you, Mr. Real Estate Agent, but how does it benefit me? And here's how. If at all possible, you, the agent, are extremely committed to selling your clients' homes, right? And so if possible, you're gonna take those clients and show them the very best home on the market, which also, is going to be the one that, you represent, because you know the most about it, and because it's the right property for them, obviously, or you're not going to suggest it. Okay, so that's just a quick sneak peek into this. It's fully operational. We just had first feedback from Oscar Vega the other day, who was trying this out and reported that it worked like a charm. It downloaded and he really liked it. So what I would encourage you to do is remember that, I don't care if it's a website or a brick and mortar building, right? You can't just build something and expect people to flood in and throw money at you. You got to promote it, right? So, whether or not you promote your website or how you promote your website, be sure to tell people about the mobile app. Be sure to tell clients about it. Think about interesting ways to do it in an open house where, maybe you've got a bunch of these flyers sitting there. You say, hey, Mr., you're probably going to go see a bunch of houses right now, right? Don't you hate it when you have to call a million different agents? Here's what you do. Download this right now. Here, you got a QR code scanner? Boom. Don't have a QR code scanner? Jump online, put in your mobile number. It'll send a link to their phone. Okay? And it's also a clever way to get their mobile phone number. If you stand in front of them and say, hey, what's your mobile number? I'll send you a download link. I just came up with that idea right now. Anyway, also available in this, section right here, get market stats. This, of course, is something that you've been doing for a long, long time. Nothing new for you, right? You got to show market stats. Sellers and buyers want to see them. This will just give you an email. It'll send it to you, and it'll say, please send so-and-so a market report on, whichever community that they picked. Okay. We've got the Contact Us form. And the What is your home worth form operates similarly to the market stats. It shows a sample, what is your home worth kind of analysis, and there is an email and a drop down and some other things, and you'll get an email that it's basically self-explanatory. You get an email that says, so-and-so filled out this form, what is your home worth form, and they'd like to know what their home worth. Here's the information they gave you. Okay? All right, moving down the site. I know we're covering a lot, guys, so thanks for hanging with me. Moving down the site, we have the communities page. But oh no, I don't work downtown. Do not worry. We have about 16 to 24 communities pre-built for you. Every community has a beautiful image. Probably 200, 300, 500 word description of the community, city, etc. Then some information on walk scores, on the schools, and most importantly, every community page has a button where you click it and you see all the homes for sale in that community. Because let's face it, educating people on downtown is fine and dandy. Selling them homes in downtown is like a million times better. So while these are all built out for you, this is not your typical website where you kind of take what you can get, okay? You can go in here and change this and modify it and delete it. Do whatever you want with it. Make it yours. This is a fully functional, world-class WordPress website. I should back up. WordPress is the software platform that powers this website. It powers now an amazingly huge percentage of the internet, like 60 to 80%. So instead of so anyone's ever had a WordPress website, you're going to know exactly how to use this, except it's going to be easier, okay? And additionally, it's the perfect one to learn on as well, because it's far and away the most user-friendly website. So right now I'm just kind of doing a high-level overview. We'll get into how to do the specifics. Rest assured that if you can operate Microsoft Office, heck, you could probably do Excel. You're way ahead of the game. So anyway, this is an example of a community page. Of course, I clicked on a property search for downtown, and it came up with a bunch of properties for me. As you can see, isn't this display gorgeous? This is, absolutely, I think, world class. And as you can see here, look at this is Chris Lewis. For your information, contact him. It's just that constant branding. It's not, you don't have to remember who am I going to, it's not like I suspect you're going to run into a problem a lot of our customers do, and that is that other clients from other agents start using your website because it's so user-friendly. That's a great problem to have, So let's get back to the home page again, because I don't want to get too involved. Now, blogging. Blogging is, of course, so important. And also, let's face it, it can be time-consuming, okay? For those of you that don't know, blogging is just another name for web blogging, or blogging on the web, or creating articles that are updated more frequently. Your site is a blog, so it's built into the product. And in addition to that, we also know that it can be really, really tough to come up with new content. So what we've done is Virtual Results has hired a professional writer, and what she does is twice a week, we're actually going to send content to your website, like this right here. Chris Lewis has never seen this, but here's some tips for upgrading the kitchen floor. And it was sent to his website. It was posted automatically, and he didn't have to think a thing about it. So obviously, tremendous benefit there. However, I do want to tell you a couple different things that's important to note here. If you do have the time, instead of an hour to write an article, 10 minutes to customize an article can really make a difference. For example, I bet you have some pretty good ideas who you'd recommend they at least call for a quote on kitchen flooring, some pros and cons on different types of flooring. Of course you do. You're a realtor. Every single one of your clients the past 10 years has redone their floor, right? So, you know a few people, you can add your expertise, and that's what's really going to, the more you modify these, here's the other thing, these are totally white labeled to you. We don't say buy Virtual Results or something. This is you. You can modify these, you can change them, you can delete them. In fact, if you don't want these to post because you are a blogger, you're really good at blogging, and you don't want to have something you didn't write on your site, you could just turn this feature off too. Okay? So there's a couple options. One is auto publish, one is publish to draft mode. That means you have to approve it. And 3 is just turn it off. Okay. So now we're not trying to force anything on you. Okay. Now an additional neat thing that I will. Oh, you know what? I don't want to get ahead of myself. But these are the blog posts. This is what they look like, and this is called the blog archive page, where you see a lot of them, and then you could go see an individual blog. Okay. So I don't want to get. I'm going to try to avoid getting in the weeds here. I'm going to go back to the home page, and the last section that I will note is not here because we don't have Chris's testimonials yet. We do have them though on another site we had. Here it is. Client recommendations is what she decided to call this section. See that we're just able to change it, and she's got all these testimonials. In fact, she's got a ton of them. So I would really encourage you to make this. Now, you might say, if you don't see your testimonial section, don't get mad. Don't call and say, hey, I was ripped off. I don't have a testimonial section. Don't worry. We've got you covered. We just turned it off because we didn't want it to look blank. Okay. So when you're ready to go, you contact support@virtualresults.net, or just attend one of our training sessions, and we'll get into the specifics of how to enter a testimonial. Okay. Now, to start off, we have entered everyone's featured listings. We'll show their own listings. Chris apparently has 3 listings if we, did our job right, which I really hope we do because he's on this call. If, in fact, you carry few listings, or this looks like a commercial property, and so what Chris might, not a lot of, I don't know if people browse for commercial properties online. Maybe they do, but another option available to you is, if you don't want to show your own listings, or you're low on inventory or no inventory, you could just contact us at support@virtualresults.net, and we will put on all of McMillin's listings as your featured properties, okay? And the advantage there is that you're going to have this huge stable of properties that, you can, you could feature, and rightly so, right? That's part of the benefit of being part of McMillin, okay? And of course, those properties are directly fed from the MLS. There's probably like a 4 or 5 hour delay between updates and so on. Some people ask about phone numbers. Of course, you can change this to whatever phone number you wish, and we're happy to help you with that. Your BRE license is located on the bottom and on every page, as is compliant, so you're completely compliant. And the login for the site is right down here on the right. Okay, you can technically, a lot of us, we do this a lot. You can end up remembering, how to get there. But if you don't, just go to your website and click login. Okay. Now, another really important thing I want to stress to you, and I think I'll leave you on this, is we launched this for Chris on clewis.mcmillinrealty.com. And for many of us, that's absolutely fine. You use that, it's done, there's no cost to it, you're off to the races, right? However, I was talking to Oscar Vega the other day, and he said, well, I didn't think I could use this website, or because I want my website to be San Diego Real Estate Guy. And I said, oh, it's no problem. we will make, what McMillin said is that, we have to make sure that you guys can really feel like these sites are your own, because they are. And toward that end, what we could do with, what we actually do for free for you is assign your own domain to this. And let me show you how that would work. Okay, right now this is clewis.mcmillinrealty.com. Earlier in the day, Pam's was something similar, but her site is now launched, and it's teamratcliffe.com. And this has just totally gone away. That means she can promote her own domain. Okay, of course you do have to buy your own domain and all that kind of stuff. If you're looking for a place to buy it, don't look anywhere else other than GoDaddy, just because their tech support is wonderful, their prices are fair, and the feature set is just remarkable. It's good to have all your domains at one place. So, what you do is you go buy your domain, and then you contact support at virtualresults.net. You say, hey, great news, I got my domain, let's fire it up, and we will make that happen for you in a very short amount of time. Okay, so let me back up and backtrack just a little bit before I stop. We've just launched your new eSponsive McMillin agent sites. These can be branded. Of course, there are some requirements by your MLS, your name, your official name, your BRE license, your address, and stuff like that. Besides that, the potential for innovation and customization is almost limitless. Okay, and we stand ready to help you really make this thing customized. Now, that's not to say that customizing is necessarily better. Don't feel like you need to spend a bunch of time on this. We've really spent a lot of time on it. In fact, it's the very best arrangement of menu items and communities and blogs and options that we could frankly come up with for you. We worked really hard to provide this. So don't feel like you need to customize it, or that by customizing it you're necessarily going to make it better. We think, we're obviously very, very proud of these sites. It's been a huge, enjoyable effort for us to spend the last couple of months, working on these sites and the themes and the structure. It's in place. Our support structure is in place. And for the next 3 weeks, we're going to have a webinar every Wednesday and every Friday at 2 p.m. It's an online training just like this. You can drop in. And we're also, of course, going to be down there tomorrow in San Diego. And, of course, you can always reach us at support@virtualresults.net. That's support@virtualresults.net. Alternatively, our phone number is 888-997-3785, extension 2. That's 888-997-3785, extension 2. Okay. Again, my name is Ryan Rockwood. On behalf of all of Virtual Results, welcome to the Virtual Results family, and welcome and congratulations on the launch of your new McMillin agent site.